I'm going to be breaking down an Indiana Jones scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark. We're going to go into the details of Spielberg and his choices and how he made this scene work, why it feels like a Spielberg scene, how Spielberg artfully directed the actors and the camera to make it feel like there's tension, and it's a great scene to discuss. Let's break into it. The purpose of the scene, the Nazis are digging in the wrong place, but Spielberg wanted to hook the audience with this tension, this poison tension, so that they're engaged and hooked in their seats throughout the whole scene, even as they're learning about something that is going to pay off in a couple scenes later when they figure out where they should be digging for the Well of Souls. And so this tension about this bomb that's being placed. So Hitchcock talked about putting a bomb underneath a table when two characters are talking. If they were just talking, there was no bomb, it would be a boring scene. But if there's a bomb under the table, the audience is interested. The audience knows something that the characters don't. I think it's called dramatic irony. And so when they know something that they don't, there's this tension that's created. The audience wants to get out of their seats and say, do something, get up, get out of that table. And that's exactly what's happening in this scene here. Indiana Jones not getting poisoned, and us audience being worried about that. So in a lot of other discussions of camera shots, we've discussed very specific moments a camera move has been implemented to create certain feelings. And here, it's more of a general feeling for the scene altogether. And so what it is basically, it's wanting to feel and create a feeling that things are up in the air, that things are unpredictable, that this poison that has been put in the dates could come from anywhere. And that's why this camera is moving, to create this feeling of anxiety with the audience, that they're moving all over. And the blocking a lot with that too. So we start with Indiana Jones coming towards camera, and then he goes to the right, and then and as he crosses, Shala from behind wipes him as he comes into frame. And as he does that, it's great. And then Shala turns to the right, and then the little boy carrying the dates walks into frame. He's blocked by a pillar, and the little boy purposefully is in front. And what that does is it draws our attention to the boy, because Salah's being cut off from our view, and the little boy isn't. So our eyes naturally go to him. So that pillar is not there on accident, and Salah's not walking behind it on accident either. And so now we're following the little boy. And the poison, the thing, the danger, the bomb, the audience is really worried about, and the tension is after. Now, Indiana Jones goes straight for the dates. You see him looking up, and he goes straight for the dates, and as he does that, the audience in their heads is screaming, don't do it, and he grabs a date. And what's happened here is, it's just like a climax. The climax goes up thinking he's gonna eat the date right then, but he doesn't. But we're at a new level of tension. The new level of tension isn't as high as when it was at the climax, but it is there, it is still there. He's got the date in his hand. He could eat it at any time, so the tension's higher. And then after that, we cut to the monkey. Now, the monkey's been established before, but the monkey needs to be established in this scene as well. This is the monkey that's going to save Indiana Jones. But we need to establish the monkey is eating the dates beforehand, and the monkey's in the scene. If we didn't do that, it'd feel like it would come out of nowhere. So I love this moment here.
Oh, wait, this means 6 qadam high.
About 72 inches.
Wait.
And so what happens is, it's a joke. It's essentially a joke. Indiana Jones is about to eat the date, and the man says, wait, stop! I don't think it was really played out that it was a moment of tension. It was more just a moment of joke. Because the motion of him eating the date is such a small, short motion, the audience has barely any time to register it. So it's more about the joke than it is about the tension at this time. Now in the film, when they're talking about the faith, there's this wind that blows into the room. And it's basically the power and magic and faith behind the ark that is kind of showing its force in this scene. Is it also non-diegetic wind? And because Indiana Jones and Salah don't register the wind at all. It kind of is a gray area, but basically it's mostly there not for the characters, because the characters don't react to it at all. It's there for the audience to make them feel and understand that although Indiana Jones doesn't believe that this stuff has faith in it and doesn't believe in the power behind the faith, the film does. The film believes and knows that there's power in the ark, and it shows that in this moment. And that's part of Indiana Jones's arc, is kind of starting to believe in the faith and in the power of the Ark, which saves him in the end.
I don't believe in magic, a lot of superstitious hocus pocus. I'm going after a find of incredible historical significance. You're talking about the boogeyman.
Don't look at it. Shut your eyes, Mary, and don't look at it.
Now, we've talked a lot about dolly-in shots and how one of the great utilizations of a dolly-in shot is their character is learning something, they're realizing something, and the camera approaches the character and stops, and they vocalize that realization. So that happened in Thor with Natalie Portman's character when she realized that Thor was actually a god. And she says, kind of jokingly, it's a joke from the filmmaker, oh my god. And so what happens here is, instead of, and Spielberg does this quite a bit, is instead of moving the camera, that's what Spielberg's so good at, is he just doesn't think, let's just move the camera. He also thinks about the blocking of the characters, and instead, he moves the character towards the camera. So it's a little bit different. And so as Jones approaches camera, Sallah goes to the side. So it's a moment of just of Indiana Jones. And he has this realization. He's going through the realization. He stops and then he says something. Sallah comes in from the side. And as they talk to each other, they're both, Indiana Jones is facing camera, because he's the main person we're supposed to be focusing on, while Salah's facing Indiana Jones. So we still get to see a look of him, but not straight on. And then when the realization hits both of them, Sallah faces the camera.
He's only had markings on one side. You absolutely sure?
Belloc staff is too long. They're digging in the wrong place.
That's the realization. That's the moment. Not the character moving in completely, but this motion from the actor coming in. So you can be thinking about also where your characters are facing as also being a realization. Also, another thing that happens in movies is when a character looks up, that's also a good realization, or something that they're seeing something for the first time. So your glances are also really great tools for realizations, moments of tension, moments of noticing. Now what's great about this last little bit of the scene is they've resolved the tension that needs to be established here to engage the audience and push them forward to the next scene. But the tension of the scene itself is still intact. There's still danger. The poison hasn't yet been resolved. And so what we do is we cut to the monkey dead on the floor, and Sallah has this realization. And so he sees the monkey on the floor. And what's great, if you put your thinking about it, is why do we think that Sallah, in this short time period, can come up with this quick explanation by just simply looking on the floor and seeing the monkey holding dates? Why does the audience believe that he can figure it out that quickly? It's because the audience has figured it out. The audience has figured it out, and so they're willing and able to let characters understand things a little bit faster than they normally would. You don't need to cut and give specific information to characters that the audience already knows and wants them to know. There's a little bit more of a leeway there. We break down how directors work so that you too can learn how to be a director if you're so choosing, or just appreciate film more. So everyone, like, subscribe, hit notifications. Thanks for watching.